For years, Daniel brushed off the little coincidences in his life. Like the countless times he kept seeing the number 111 on receipts' license plates, even glowing on the digital clock when he glanced at it by chance. Or the time he randomly thought about an old friend he hadn't spoken to in years, and only hours later, a message from that very friend appeared on his phone. Then there was the morning he was running late for work. Something in his gut told him to take a different route, and though he didn't know why he listened, later he discovered that a massive accident had occurred on his usual road. At first, Daniel chalked it all up to luck, nothing more. But as these moments piled up, he could no longer ignore them. That was when he remembered a quote by Carl Jung. "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Suddenly he wondered, what if these coincidences weren't coincidences at all? What if the universe had been speaking to him all along, and he had simply never learned how to listen? Maybe this happens to you as well. Perhaps it's that same odd number pattern that keeps appearing, or a sudden gut feeling that proves to be right every single time. It almost feels as though the universe is sending you signals, yet you haven't quite figured out how to interpret them. What if I told you that nothing in your life is happening by accident? That there is an invisible force working behind the curtain of your everyday existence, and that this force can not only be understood, but also harnessed once you learn to access the hidden code of reality. In the next few minutes, you are about to discover something that could completely shift the way you see your own life. But I must warn you, this revelation is not for everyone. It's only for those who are ready to see beyond the veil of ordinary reality. If something inside you is resonating with this message, keep listening, because what you are about to uncover might just be the first step toward an irreversible transformation. Have you ever noticed that certain patterns seem to repeat themselves in your life? Maybe it's the same financial struggle over and over, or the same kind of relationship that falls apart in familiar ways. Perhaps it's smaller things, like constantly running into repeated numbers. 11, 222, 333. Most people dismiss these as random quirks. But those who awaken realize that these patterns are messages. Absolutely nothing happens by accident. Even Einstein once said, "God does not play dice with the universe." If something keeps showing up in your reality, there is a reason behind it. And the key to decoding these messages is hidden in the place most people are afraid to look: your own mind. Now imagine for a moment, what if your mind is not just experiencing reality, but actually coding it? What if the people you meet, the events you experience, and even the opportunities that fall into your path aren't random, but reflections of what is happening inside you? At first, this may sound unbelievable, but stay with me, because both science and spirituality have already proven this. And once you understand how it works, you'll realize that you can change your reality from the inside out. The idea that reality is not fixed but shaped by consciousness is not new. Throughout history, some of the greatest minds discovered this truth. Nikola Tesla once said, "If you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." Neville Goddard taught that imagination is the only reality. Buddha spoke of how our thoughts shape our world. And Einstein, through his studies of time and space, suggested that reality is not nearly as solid as it seems. All of these great thinkers reached the same conclusion. Reality is not happening to you. Reality is happening through you. And this leads us to a critical question. If your mind can create patterns in your life unconsciously, can you also take conscious control of those patterns? Is there a way to reprogram your consciousness to manifest exactly what you want? The answer is yes. and it comes from one of the most groundbreaking areas of modern science, quantum physics. Now that you understand that the universe may always be communicating with you, let's take the next step. How does science actually prove that your thoughts shape reality? And more importantly, how can you use this knowledge to manifest the life you truly desire? But before we dive deeper, I want to ask you something. Have you ever felt like the universe is trying to show you something? If you have, take a moment and say it out loud. I am ready to decode the signs. This small declaration affirms your commitment to begin this journey of transformation. If this message resonates with you at a deep level, then maybe that in itself is a sign you're already awakening. What if I told you that your mind is not only thinking, but broadcasting? That every thought you have sends out invisible waves into the universe, shaping your reality moment by moment. This is not just philosophy, it's a scientific fact. And once you grasp how it works, you will never see the world in the same way again. For centuries, science taught that everything in the universe was made of solid matter, fixed, unchangeable, separate from the observer. But then came a discovery so powerful that it shattered this belief forever. Quantum physics revealed that at the tiniest level, matter is not solid at all. Atoms, electrons, even your own body are not fixed objects. They are waves, vibrations, pure potential. And here's where it gets even more mind-blowing. The moment a scientist observes a quantum particle, it collapses from a wave of infinite possibilities into a single reality. Think about what this means. Reality itself is not fixed. It changes the moment consciousness interacts with it. If that's true at the quantum level, what does it say about your own thoughts? Most people don't realize this, but your thoughts are not just floating inside your head. They are electromagnetic signals, real energy waves measurable by science. When you think, your brain produces electrical activity. These electrical impulses generate vibrational frequencies, much like a radio signal. And what happens when you tune a radio to a specific frequency? You pick up the matching station. This is exactly what's happening between your mind and the universe. The thoughts you broadcast shape the reality you receive. And here's the best part: you are in control of what frequency you tune into. If this still sounds unbelievable, let's look at a scientific experiment that proves how the mind affects the world around us. It's called the double-slit experiment. In this test, scientists fired tiny particles like electrons through two slits in a barrier. When no one observed the particles, they behaved like waves spreading out in infinite patterns of possibility. But the moment someone observed them, the particles collapsed into a fixed state, as if awareness itself had decided what reality would look like. In other words, reality exists in a state of infinite potential until it is observed. Consciousness is what brings reality into form. Now let that sink in. If science shows that human awareness can literally change reality at the quantum level, what does that say about your daily thoughts? And more importantly, what does it reveal about what you focus on? This isn't just abstract theory. It's the foundation of how your mind creates your world. To see how powerful this truth really is, let's look at two real-life examples. The first is known as the placebo effect, the ability to heal with thought alone. In 1957, a man named Mr. Wright was diagnosed with terminal cancer. Doctors told him he had only weeks to live. But then something remarkable happened. He heard about a new miracle drug and believed with absolute certainty that it would cure him. Within days of taking it, his tumors completely disappeared. But here's the shocking part later. It was revealed that the so-called miracle drug was just a placebo. And the moment Mr. Wright lost his belief in it, his cancer returned. Within days, he passed away. Think about what that means. His mind alone was powerful enough to heal his body, and then powerful enough to destroy it. If belief can alter life and death itself, what does that tell us about the way we shape our own reality? The second story takes us back to Nikola Tesla, one of history's greatest geniuses. Tesla once said, "If you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." He believed that everything in existence operates within an energetic field. By shifting your internal frequency, Tesla claimed you could change your external world. Today, modern science is confirming what Tesla already understood. Your thoughts don't just describe reality, they create it. Which brings us to the most important question of all. How can you take control of this frequency? How can you use this knowledge to manifest exactly what you desire? Now that you know the quantum truth about your thoughts, the next step is learning how to reprogram your subconscious mind. Because here's the truth. Your subconscious controls 95% of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Every belief you've absorbed since childhood, every fear, every doubt, every limitation is stored there, running quietly in the background, like a program shaping your reality. So if you truly want to change your life, you don't start with the outer world. You start with the source, your mind. And the fastest way to shift your reality is by changing your frequency. Tesla's wisdom rings true once again. If you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Your thoughts and emotions are vibrations. And just like a radio station, the universe doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you're tuned into. If you focus on lack, fear, or struggle, you vibrate at that frequency, and you attract more of it. But if you shift your mind to abundance, gratitude, and certainty, you vibrate at that higher frequency, and you begin to attract what you desire. This isn't wishful thinking. It's how energy works. So how do you actually shift your vibration? There's a simple, proven method used by spiritual masters, elite performers, and even supported by neuroscience. It comes down to 3 key steps. Step 1. Visualize with feeling. Your mind cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. Studies have shown that when you vividly imagine something, your brain fires the same neurons as if you were actually experiencing it. But here's the secret. It's not enough to just see the image in your mind. You must feel it. Close your eyes. Picture yourself already living the life you want. Notice the details, the colors, the sounds, the environment. And most importantly, feel the emotions as though you already have it. Because emotions are the key that change your vibration. Step 2. Speak as if it's already yours. Words are not just sounds, they are vibrational commands that shape reality. Unfortunately, most people block their manifestations without realizing it. They say things like, "I want more money," which only reinforces the vibration of wanting and lack. Or, "I hope I find love," which confirms that they don't have it yet. Instead, you must speak as though it is already yours. "I am abundant. I am deeply loved. Everything I desire flows effortlessly to me." When you shift your language, you shift your identity. And when your identity changes, your reality follows. Step 3. Release and align with trust. This is where most people get stuck. They visualize, they affirm, but then they doubt. And doubt lowers their vibration. The final step is to release the need to control how it happens. Trust that it already has. Because the universe doesn't respond to desperation, it responds to certainty. So, instead of asking, "When will it happen?" live as if it already has. Make decisions from a place of confidence. Feel gratitude in advance. Because in the quantum field, it already exists. Right now, in this very moment, you are standing at a crossroads. You can keep living by default, repeating the same cycles. Or you can take conscious control of your energy and begin designing your life on purpose. The choice is always yours. If this message resonates with you, take it as your sign. Maybe this is the moment you're meant to step into your own power. If you're ready to start manifesting with intention, say it out loud, I am the creator of my reality. Because the moment you declare it, your energy shifts, and so does your reality. Here's the truth. The future you desire already exists. Not in some distant timeline, but right now, waiting for you to claim it. In the quantum field, all possibilities exist at once. The reality you experience is simply the one you've been tuned into. For centuries, spiritual traditions have spoken about an infinite field of possibilities. They called it the Akashic Records, the divine matrix, the mind of God. Today, quantum physics confirms this ancient wisdom. Scientists call it the quantum field, a limitless energy field, where everything that can happen already exists in potential. And here's the most mind-blowing part. Your consciousness collapses one of those infinite possibilities into the reality you live. The moment you observe, believe, and focus on a version of reality, you make it real. Which means the version of you who already has what you want exists right now in the quantum field. The only question is, how do you access it? In quantum physics, there's something known as the observer effect. It proves that particles exist in infinite potential until they are observed. The moment attention is focused on them, they collapse into a fixed reality. Think about what that means for your life. Whatever you give your attention and energy to becomes real. If you constantly focus on fear, doubt, or struggle, that is the reality you keep collapsing. But if you focus on certainty, abundance, and gratitude, you collapse a completely different reality. Manifestation is not about forcing reality to change. It's about choosing which version of reality you align with. Now that you understand all realities exist at once, let's talk about how to shift into the one you truly desire. This process is known as quantum shifting, aligning your mind and energy with a different version of reality. And it can be done in 3 simple steps. Step 1. Identify the version of you who already has it. Ask yourself, if I already had my dream life, how would I think? How would I feel every single day? What actions would I take? Because here's the truth. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest who you are. To shift into a new reality, you must first embody the person who already lives there. Step 2. Step into that reality now. This is where most people go wrong. They wait to feel happy, abundant, or successful until their circumstances change. But in the quantum field, it works the opposite way. You must feel and act as though your desired reality is already true before it physically appears. Walk, talk, and think like the version of yourself who has already achieved it. Make decisions from that mindset. Align your energy with it every single day. Because when you vibrate at that frequency, you magnetize that reality to you. Step 3. Release and let the universe respond. This final step is often the hardest, but also the most important. Once you align with your desired reality, you must let go of control. Why? Because desperation and impatience create resistance. You don't need to chase your dreams. You don't need to force things to happen. Instead, you must trust that it is already done. Live as if your manifestation is inevitable. When you surrender to certainty, reality has no choice but to shift in your favor. The truth is, you are already in control. Right now, you stand at the edge of a new reality. A version of you who has everything you desire already exists. The only question is, are you ready to step into it? The moment you decide, reality bends to match your choice. If this message resonates with you, declare it now. I am aligned with my highest reality. And remember, the universe doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you are. By now, you've uncovered a powerful truth. You are the creator of your reality. The universe is always speaking to you through signs, patterns, and synchronicities. Quantum physics shows that your thoughts shape your world. Your focus determines your experience, and your subconscious mind, running 95% of your life, is the hidden key to manifestation. Reprogramming it is the fastest way to shift your reality. Your frequency is your power. What you think, feel, and believe sends out a signal that attracts your external reality. And now you have a choice. You can walk away from this knowledge and continue living by default, or you can embrace it and begin designing your life consciously. The fact that you are here listening to this means something. It means you are awakening. It means you are ready to step into your power. And that alone sets you apart, because most people never seek this truth. Most people stay trapped in repeating cycles, unaware of their own creative force. But not you. You are listening. You are expanding. And that changes everything. If you want to go deeper, here is your next step. One of the most powerful ways to rewire your subconscious mind and activate your full potential is through theta brainwaves. Theta waves are the gateway to deep subconscious reprogramming. They allow you to unlock hidden abilities, amplify your intuition, and create rapid transformation in every area of your life. To help you access this effortlessly, there's something extraordinary. The Genius Wave. A 7-minute daily brain activation. Here's how it works. Just 7 minutes per day. No complicated meditation. No mantras. No journaling. Stepper uses advanced sound wave technology to activate theta state instantly. Rewires your brain by connecting multiple regions at once, unlocking deep potential. Works from the very first time you listen, right from the comfort of your home. Helps shift your finances, health, relationships, and career by aligning your energy. This isn't just theory. It's a proven way to synchronize your brain with the frequency of success, abundance, and effortless manifestation. If you're ready to experience this shift for yourself, click the link in the comments to access the Genius Wave now. Your transformation has already begun. It's time to amplify it. Remember, the universe is always speaking. The question is, are you ready to listen? If this message resonates with you, declare it in the comments. I am ready to align with my highest reality, because the moment you declare it, your energy shifts, and so does your reality. Your new life begins now.